Hello again, my name's Gabe Solna. I just posted a video and I talked about the shooting that took place at a strip mall in Houston, and 7 innocent people were shot. Don't know how many are in critical, don't know how many passed at this point. The police took down the shooter. We don't know what his condition is either. Now, what I want you to think about is, what do you think went through the minds of those police officers? Do you think that they hesitated because of what's going on in Charlotte, North Carolina? We're on the 5th day, heading into the 6th day, probably the 6th day of protests. You think that they hesitated, and that hesitation could have cost them their own lives? This whole thing's insane. Police are sworn to protect the American people. Sure, you're going to find a bad one every once in a while. No different than you can find a bad president like we've had for the last 8 years. That doesn't mean that they're all bad. And with all the media focused on that police shooting in North Carolina, and all the negative press that's coming out, and all the negative press of the shooting of the police in Dallas and the police in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I'm amazed that police do their jobs. They have to think twice before they pull out their gun. And that moment of hesitation could result in their death. Totally and completely insane. You notice how many events are taking place, unwanted events are taking place at malls? You don't think that we're living in a state of terror? If you don't think that we're living in a state of terror, you're delusional. There's nowhere that anyone can go in this country right now that they can feel 100% safe. And thanks to Barack Hussein Obama and Hillary Rotten Clinton for having set the Middle East on fire. It'll be interesting to see what kind of background this latest shooter has. You think he might be Muslim? I'm not profiling. Don't know what he is. But the odds are that that in fact is what he is. Hopefully we'll all soon see, won't we?